And we are live and in person and ready to party with the amazing young ladies, Shannon and Melissa from Bliss Event Planning. Welcome to Event Ensemble Spotlight. So excited to have the two of you. We are thrilled because, and I take my glasses off when it's important. We are thrilled that you are here, and by way of a sidebar, you're going to be on our Event Planners panel discussion on the third Thursday of December 2020. That is December 17th, and this is like a prequel to that conversation. I don't want to give away what we're going to be talking about that day, but I did want to say compliments, kudos, and appreciation for not only this, but for the future of what's going to happen there. Okay, so your planners, and by the way, this is my first threesome, so please be gentle. All the other EE spotlights have been just two people, and now we have the three of you. So this is an interesting dynamic. So you two get to fight as to who gets to answer the question. Or you can both answer it.
Melissa and I have known each other for about 4 years now, and we are great partners, and we collaborate very well together, and our strengths really work well together. My strengths and her strengths, we make up a wonderful team.
Oh, that's good. So you're both in the same boat and you're both rowing in the same direction?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So tell us about Bliss.
You want to take this one, Shannon?
No, you can go. You go first. Yeah. See, there we go. Alrighty.
So Shannon and I have worked together professionally for about 4 or 5 years, closer to 5 years now. And we have worked professionally in event planning and PR for our entire careers. So that's closer to 4 years worth of experience combined. And started working for a company doing events, weddings, and house parties and that kind of thing. And we've done events ranging from small house parties to huge events at Tempe Town Lake to grand openings for corporate businesses. And just runs the gamut as far as events that we've planned. But what we found that we love the most is those intimate settings, the wedding setting, where you really get to tap into that positive energy and that energy of love. And at this point in our careers, that's something that really is meaningful to us. So in March of this year, fantastic timing, I might add, we launched Bliss and ventured out on our own to continue that journey.
How exciting. Shannon, you want to add to the thought process?
Sure. Well, again, Melissa and I we have so much to offer and passion and enthusiasm for event planning, and really just allowing either the bride or the hosts of the party to really enjoy their own event without dealing with the headaches or stress that pop up, or it can happen that take away from the joy and the bliss that they have in their event. So that's where we step in. We have the experience to anticipate things that need attention before they become a problem. And we really our goal is to let the host, the bridal party, enjoy their day, and let us deal with all the intricacies to make it a wonderful and memorable event.
I love it. I love it. I think that one of the greatest advantages to having an event planner is that the other vendors, whether it be the photographer, the DJ, the caterer, that they can shine in what they do best, because you plan the orchestra, the symphony, and everything else that's going on according to plan, so that they don't have to worry about, well, I'm the DJ, but I guess there's no fork and plate for the cake, and so let me go get that.
Right.
And then that detracts from my ability to entertain that moment, because I'm not entertaining the audience, I'm getting a fork and a plate. So I get the advantages of having a planner. Now, do you work in tandem, in other words, together at every event, or is it sometimes Shannon and then sometimes Melissa, or is it always the duo?
So we do try to always offer the duo. Our business is small, more boutique style, so that's kind of one of the niches that we are trying to accomplish. Is you're always going to get the two of us. We're not out to book 10 events on the same day. We want to stay small and stay intimate. And it's for us as much about building those connections with clients and bringing to life that day as it is about, having 10 events on the same day. So we do try our best to have both of us at events, but it's, not always possible, but the vast majority of the events we do together, we kind of feed off of each other. Shannon, like at a wedding, Shannon has like a magical power with brides, and they love her and they gravitate to her in bridal parties and mom-in-laws. And I'm definitely more of the logistics and getting the, making sure that fork and knife are in the right place, that kind of thing. So we feed off of each other well.
That's nice. If both of you are the exact same in terms of your strengths, then there's really no advantage to having the two of you. But now that
exactly
you describe that you each shine in a different portion or aspect of the planning process, really makes it an advantage to have the two of you versus just, one planner. I like that. And I hear events. So it's not just weddings and it's not just corporate, but I'm assuming birthdays, sweet 16s, quinceañeras, if you speak Spanish, bar mitzvah, if you speak Jewish, and everything else in between.
Engagement parties. Anniversary parties, sweet 16s, baby showers, bridal showers, all of those kind of things in an intimate setting. Especially, we feel very comfortable going into someone's home and making them feel comfortable with having vendors come in their home, especially right now in times of COVID-19. You want to take specific precautions. So we, in our little, our style is to really go in there and make the people feel comfortable and really take their vision and bring it to life in a stress-free way.
I like that. Now, you mentioned a couple of things there about COVID and vendors and a home. Insurance, bonded, do you care? Do you don't care? Do you require?
For vendors? Yeah, so vendors should certainly have some sort of blanket insurance policy that covers them for any sort of event that they do. That's pretty typical. So yes, I don't know if that answers your question, but.
And do you have a vendor list?
EE is our vendor list.
Oh, hold on a second. There's a little brown stuff on your nose there. Thank you.
It's the truth, though. Honestly.
No, when we have a bride, for example, a kind of quick turnaround backyard wedding that we had back in October, it was a quick engagement, and we really turned to our event ensemble community to try to get vendors and quotes for the mother of the bride and the bride to try to make it happen very quickly. And EE, the membership is so responsive and helpful, and their follow-up is impeccable. So we really value the community that you've built, and we're proud to be a part of it.
Oh.
Back in March.
Now you're wearing the brown stuff, but thank you. Go ahead, Melissa.
It's true.
Oh, I was just going to echo what she said. Back in March when we first started and began quoting, EE was who we turned to. It's a tremendous community. And then COVID hit, and everyone knows what happened after that. So.
Yes, but there are still events going on. They've
come back slowly.
Mm-hmm. So
especially the events in the home, the smaller events, things that you can control, temperature checks, hand sanitizer, keeping things clean, all those things that not only make the host feel comfortable, but it also makes guests feel more comfortable attending events if they know those safety precautions are in place.
I think that is so true. And I don't want to get all hung up on COVID here, but it's, if you want people to come to your celebration, then let them know that it's going to be a safe, clean environment. And that's just the way to do business these days. And so I'm all in favor, no pun intended, for that. So tell us about Bliss. What is the process when a client, and we'll use a bride as an example, she contacts you? What does she get? What do you do? How does it go? What is the process by which, they decide, they don't decide, and once they decide, what happens then, and so forth?
So we typically start off with a call just like this, a Zoom call in this day and age. Yeah. And we really get a sense of what the bride is looking for. You have some brides that want a planner from start to finish and want to start working with you a year out or a year and a half out. You have other brides or grooms that are just looking for a day of help or week of help. So it's really trying to gauge what it is that they're looking for and what their needs are. And then from that initial call, we kind of go from there. And then at that point, we would establish a schedule. Well, we do a quote, and then we'd establish a schedule. If there are any vendor requirements, if it is a full package, then we would reach out to EE and start getting quotes to put into the quote process. Once the quote process is done and in place and complete, at that point, we move into the schedule phase and we start scheduling out all of the activities and work that's going to be done over the coming weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm curious about the vendors, because I've spoken with a ton of planners, and most of them do it one way, but there are a few that do it this other way. And I don't need numbers per se, but I'm curious about if your client says they need a photographer and you make a suggestion for a photographer for their event based on what they said they were looking for. I'm looking for color and sepia tones, and I want that big book that I can stick on my table that collects dust, and or I want a DVD, you know, all this stuff. So then you make some suggestions. Is the photographer now independent to work with the client, or does everything run through you?
So typically that would run through us, and that just keeps it simple for the wedding party, simpler for the wedding party, because then they're just managing one, one main point of contact. But there's meet and greets where everyone meets and gets, because obviously a photographer's got to talk to the couple to get a sense of personalities and to, venue site or site visit the venue to get an idea for what's going to happen there. A photo booth is going to want to understand the essence of what the wedding is going to be. So there has to be that communication, but we do try to keep it centralized under the planning umbrella, just to keep it simpler and more convenient for the wedding party for the couple.
And does the couple pay the photographer directly, or do they pay you and then you pay the photographer?
Typically they'll pay us and we'll pay the photographer. We don't do a markup or anything on that. We make our money off of our fee. So, but again, and we can do it either way if there's discomfort on one side or if there's a request otherwise, but typically that's how we would set it up. Okay,
very good. Shannon looks like she's taking notes. I don't know if I said anything noteworthy or if you're just—
No, my puppies, who are my primary colleagues and coworkers these days, needed some love and attention. So sorry about that.
very, very good.
They're both at my feet right now.
Go ahead.
Oh, there she goes. She
popped up. We're having an appearance.
Yeah, there's Daisy. So anyways.
Very nice. Any Dukes or just Daisy?
Oh no, Daisy and Leo. Leo is Daisy's dad. So he's a bigger dog. So he's not a lot.
They look pretty big.
So yes, my puppies love me, and they're my babies. So they like to have lots of attention. And sometimes, honestly, on our Zoom calls with the clients, either my dog will pop in, or one of Melissa's child. And so we're very but that's one of the things that we like, is that we're able to have a business where we can do work from home, but we are there for the brides. And I will say also, just to add on, that we don't only do Zoom meetings. We have made time to meet a prospective client in a coffee shop, that's allowing people to dine in and sit down and get that face-to-face connection. So we are doing that, and we're open to that and happy to do that at any time.
Excellent. So if somebody were to say the number one reason they should go with Bliss, it would be?
It's going to be a more intimate experience. We're going to really dive into what your vision is. And if you have no idea what your vision is, we're going to help you create that vision. So we're going to get to know you in a way that other planners may not, because they do have so many weddings or so many events going on at once. And I think that kind of that boutique approach is unique. And it's certainly well suited for weddings and for house parties and those types of environments.
And because we don't double book, we're really able to give our full focus and full effort to the host or the bride that's happening that weekend. So we're not scattered. Someone's not calling us for something else that's going to come up the next day. So we do commit to our full time and attention for their event and time frame leading up to their event. So they do get both of us, our expertise, our guidance. And again, we're there and we're committed to that host or bridal family.
So it's like if you're in a restaurant. So I love this anticipate the catch-up analogy because I did a lot of waiting tables and bartending and all that kind of stuff during my younger years. But planning is all about anticipating the catch-up before somebody wants it. And our style is you're in a restaurant and you're the only table. So your waitress isn't handling the whole section. She's fully focused on you, doing that whole anticipate the catch-up and anticipating every possible thing that can happen, and if things get messed up, fixing it as quickly as possible, so you have that sole focus on you.
I like
and then
that.
the other thing is, responding appropriately and quickly to things that do pop up that you can't anticipate. So, for example, the father of the bride is having indigestion issues and feels uncomfortable and can't enjoy the wedding. We've actually pulled out our emergency kit and provided Tums or antacids and that kind of stuff, where it is affecting the quality of the family member enjoying a wedding. And so we're able to respond quickly to things like that and make sure that people are comfortable and able to enjoy their day as much as we're able to help in that situation. But people, even from someone just switched their seats and it's a plate of dinner. And so now we don't know where their special order of gluten-free food goes. And so we have to respectfully and professionally and tactfully handle the guest who is choosing to change seats. And so we have a lot of experience doing with that. Again, in a very professional, tactful, but insistent way that, things are supposed to be done for a reason.
I like it. Any closing thoughts, something that everybody should know about you or Bliss?
I would just say we do this because we truly love it and are passionate about this kind of work. We love being able to see weddings, birthday parties, anniversaries, whoever the guest star is of the event, really enjoy their way. It brings us joy. It really does. And it adds to our happiness in life, being able to know that we contributed in a way to these people's special event or life moment. And it's really rewarding work. We love that we're able to do that and help create memories that will last forever.
And to your point, Scott, from earlier, in a safe way, I think as an industry, we have done so much to innovate and to come up with ideas to create safer environments, or even the perception of safer environments for clients, because you have some clients that care more about it than others, and you have to kind of weigh that and manage your own safety in a situation where maybe the client doesn't care as much about it. So there's all of these things you have to take into consideration. But as an industry, we really need to come together and show the world that we can do this in a safe way, that we are innovating and finding ways to do it, whether it's, clever party favors or, plastic stands in front of buffet areas. There's all these things that we can do now to show that it can be done safely. So hopefully what happened back in March and April doesn't happen again with COVID.
For sure. Well, I love your passion and I love your attention to detail and your concern for your clients. It truly shows. And I thank you both so very much for sharing this time with us today.
Thank you for having us. And we are looking forward to your event planners panel later this month.
Yes. Thank you.